Alright, what's good, boys? Welcome to today's trade recap. Today is why do I keep saying it? February 17th, 2026. I took one trade today. It was a break even. Let's go over here. Here's my executions. This is what my trade idea looked like. And yeah, I'll get into everything else. So coming into this morning, let me get that out of the way. Coming in this morning, I was leaning a lot more bearish than I was bullish. I wanted to see a sweep of these London highs. I wanted to see a sweep of these London highs, which were also like hourly intermediate highs, and then a rejection lower towards these lows down here. These two lows stacked up, and then possibly even this weekly low all the way down here. And actually, that is basically exactly what we got at open. And I'm a stupid fucking chud, and I didn't end up taking this trade. So we came all the way up. And at this point in time, I was like, okay, we are super fucking bullish. At this point in time, do we want to come and take out this hourly gap? We were only about like 30 points away from it. So I was like, okay, do we want to come do that? Okay, and then we ended up getting a V-shaped recovery. Okay, we got a 3-minute inversion right here that you could have took. Okay, we also had a 2-minute that you could have took as well. That closed before the 3-minute, but what I was waiting for was the 5-minute. So I wanted to see this 5-minute close. The 3-minute and 2-minute were more like a discretionary play, and that was completely fine. But since I'm going in like with a lot heavier risk, I want to make sure that the trade idea is 100% perfect. Okay, so I was waiting for the 5-minute inversion, fucking get edged, and then what do you know, price ends up running all the way down. So if we would have got the inversion, I would have entered break even right here, TP all the way down here, and then I actually would have partialed at this 5-minute BPR. Where is it? 5-minute BPR would have been right here. So I would have partialed right here. So break even TP1, full TP all the way down here. As you can see, we end up running right through everything, and we end up taking everything out. So at this point in time, I'm like, okay, well, what else can we look for? A possible continuation short down towards these lows that I marked out. And then what do we end up getting? Well, I believe there was a short somewhere in here. I don't know if there was a 30-second. I wouldn't have took it anyway. But there was like this little 1-minute rejection coming out of this 5-minute for value gap. And the reason I didn't like anything inside of this general area was because we weren't at equilibrium of the range. And at this point in time, what time is it? It's like 10:09. I'm like, okay, I want to see this 15-minute fair value gap come and get hit. Okay, and then we can take out these 5-minute intermediate highs and then look for something here. So we continued farther and farther down, and we actually edged TP right here. And at this point in time, I'm like, okay, it's a lot to ask for, but if we leave these relatively equal lows and end up coming and hitting this 15-minute, along with sweeping out these 5-minute intermediate highs with all this LR right here, I was like, I will be perfectly fine to take a short down towards these relatively equal lows, this low down here, and then leave a singular runner all the way down towards this weekly low. So that was my thought process at this point in time. So as you can see, what do we end up doing? Well, we end up coming up, hitting the 15-minute. Awesome. We end up coming in hitting the 5-minute. What else do we do? Okay. We also have this high to this swing low, and we come up and hit 50% of the range perfectly. So at this point in time, I'm like, all right, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a 3-minute inversion, which is going to be right here. So we got a sweep of the 5-minute intermediate highs, tap into the 15-minute. So this looked really, really good to me. Okay. I wanted to see a closure with this candle, didn't quite get it. We kind of just shopped around. We ended up getting closure with this candle. I enter. Okay, my stops are right here. I go quick break even. We'll just play this out and I'll let you guys know when I want break even. When quick break even right about here. Okay. So as soon as price took out this low, I know I probably should have went break even at this swing low, whatever. I went break even right here. I wanted to see price flush through everything. We got a nice V-shaped recovery. Like I said, TP1 was right here. I only missed it by about what, like 30 points or so, which 25 points, which isn't a lot considering it was a 102 point take profit. And yeah, it was basically a 1 to 2 RR play. As you can see, we end up just chopping around, and then price ends up reversing. And then there was one last play that I would have never took, but I mean, if you guys were looking to get into a play, it would have looked something like this. Where is it? Not yet, not yet. I would have been looking for like a continuation model or something, but at this point in time, I was done for the day. I missed this original move, and typically after we dump like this, we're just going to chop around. And then we got lucky with this move right here because we left these relatively lows, and that move failed as well. So that was telling me, okay, maybe we are going to go back up. But there was this 5-minute CISD play. Right here. All right, we have a 5-minute CISD So at this point in time, what do we have? Well, we have a valid break-even point with this 5-minute BPR right here, and then you can take profits at the second 5-minute BPR. Okay. What ends up happening? Well, let's say we go ahead and enter off that. Like I said, I didn't enter off this. This would have been just like a forward test play. Stops would have been somewhere right here. Okay. Maybe even a little, right there's fine. You can aim for a 1-to-1. Okay, as soon as we took out that first one, we're now moving stops to break even, and then boom, TP would have hit for that. So, I mean, that was more so like a B-rated, B+ rated setup because we've already made the move for the day. This up here was definitely an A. I was waiting for the 5-minute. I let the edge of the closure hinder my entry point, and that's something I can journal and just work on, right? My entire bias was correct. Only thing I didn't do was I got a little nervous because we didn't inverse this 5-minute gap. However, I had conviction we were going to go lower, at least towards this 930 wick, so I still should have entered. Even with this right here, like we would have had a fucking 5-minute for value gap protecting my stop loss. So it's all just something I can go back and journal. Yeah, I missed the trade. It is what it is. It's kind of irritating, but hey, whatever. All right, so that was really all for today. Price action is getting super fucking clean. Couldn't ask for really any better price action. I mean, maybe we could have got the 5-minute close just cleanly, but whatever. All right, it is what it is. We have to adjust. That's why I'm going to go journal, and it is what it is. And let's see if we ended up coming and taking out this unfilled hourly up here. It doesn't look like it. We're kind of just chopping around, right? So at this point in time, I would kind of stay out the markets unless we get a semi-deep retrace, maybe into like this 15-minute for value gap. Then we can continue higher towards like this high, this unfilled hourly, whatever the case may be. But yeah, at this point in time, I'm done for the day. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'm now partnered with Alpha Futures and Lucid Trade, so I'll leave the links in the description for that for discounts for those websites as well in the description. Okay, so that being said, I will catch y'all boys tomorrow.